Hello, VC. This is John Bipbopboom back. And first off, I'd like to say thanks to everyone who subscribed to me. It's an honor to have some of you subscriptions because I've been watching you guys for a long time, like people like Greeno and Scott Waters and a whole bunch of you guys. And I appreciate it. And this will be my fourth VC medal. And let's see. We're listening right now in the background, if you can hear it, is just the Solar Eagle, I think other people have shown it, just a reissue, but you see it's a great record, but I won't show that, I think other people did. And today, I'm going to show one of my favorite bands, not unknown, but is Killer from Belgium. And I really love this band. They put out 3 records, and a lot of people describe them as like a Motorhead Junior, but they're more than that. They actually have their own sound and style. Obviously, they're based on Motorhead, but they're a trio like Motorhead. One of the cats looks a little like a young Lemmy, but they have their own style, and the guitar player and the bass player switch off vocals, and they both have different voices. One's real gruff, and one's a little more heavy metal-ish, but over the top. And sometimes they actually sing duets. Not duets, but one guy will sing a line, the other guy will sing a line. But great band. And we'll start off with the first record, which is 81, and that's Ready for Hell. And there's the cover. The cover's a little misleading because it's really poverty metal, street metal, biker metal, and this cover could just be kind of anything. And there's the back, but we'll come back to this one. This is early. This is 1981 in Belgium, so that's probably like 1979 in British years or American years, because a little behind the times, some of these countries, and England was ahead of the time, so it's a little early. It's definitely metal, it's definitely heavy, but then they have a couple tunes. One's like a biker blues rock tune, and they're not quite there with the sound, and heavy metal's pretty new on the Belgian scene, and but these guys are dirty, earthy biker band, and they just do songs: Ready for Hell, Killer, Secret Love, I Know, Rock and Roll Fan, Back Shooter, Laws Are Made to Break, It's Too Late, Dressed to Kill. But Back Shooter, that's a good tune, because you know they probably hear like Backstabber, the song Backstabber, and then Shoot You in the Back, Motorhead, and they say, oh, let's make up our own tune called Back Shooter. And Back Shooter obviously isn't a word, but as far as these guys, you know, that's, hey, that sounds great, Back Shooter, and they say Back Shooter, Back Shooter, Back Shooter. And if you listen to this song and you're American, you hear Back Shooter and you're like, there's no such word, and your ears pick up and it just sounds like you're saying bachelor, bachelor, bachelor. And I get a big kick out of that. And well, anyway, that's Ready for Hell. This is the next record is the stellar one. This is probably the best one of the 3, and this is Wall of Sound. And again, the cover's just like airbrushy. It's kind of almost a happy album cover, but this is a dirtbag biker rock metal band. You know, double bass drum, and oh yeah, we'll get back to the members. But this record is just absolutely killer, and the songs. The choruses are very simple and dumbed down, but dumbed down in a great way. So right to the point, the battle scars, no future, just real simple. I know that you know we got no future, and they're just good stuff. Maybe I'll pop it on a little bit, maybe not. And the third record, that was from '82. And let me tell you the labels here. The first one was on We Are. WEA, and it's just standard label, but I guess different color, being it's I think this is actually a Belgian record. This is a Belgian pressing, and the second one is, I believe, on what's it, no, not a Mausoleum. Oh, Lark, that's right, Lark Records. Lark. And the name of the members here are, let's see, Shorty, Spooky, and Double Bear. Double Bear on drums. and get a load. Let me show you the third one. This is now an 83, and this one's just as good as the second one, Wall of Sound. But if you're going to start out, Wall of Sound, pick that record up. It is great. Or go on YouTube and look up Battle Scars or No Future. Great. Oh, Kleptomania is a great tune. But anyway, this one, let's see if we get without the glare. This is Shockwaves. And this one, the cover is a little more masculine. And here's a picture of the band here. We got Shorty, Double Bear, who's absolutely great, if you can see that guy. And then Spooky. And this is King Kong, the instrumental Shockwaves, a great tune. Richter scale 12, very like, they want to be like Motorhead, but it's just heavier and it's got their own sound to it. You're not going to mistake it for Motorhead or Tank or anything, but this is brilliant poverty metal. And then the only other thing I have by them is they were on this It's Loud, If It's Loud, We're Proud comp, and this was on Mausoleum. I won't show you the label. Actually, the last one was on Mausoleum. The third record was on Mausoleum. This is also on Mausoleum, and this has exclusive tracks. It has a song called Walls of Hell, which is the a medley of the two title tracks, Ready for Hell and Wall of Sound. And then another track called Blood on the Chains, which is actually on the third record, I believe. Yeah, but it's a different version on here. And there's the back, and you get a couple more pictures of Shorty and Spooky. The other band's Ostrogoth. Ecstasy and Danger, which I have that record. I think that might be the only Ostrogoth I have. And then Crossfire, which is another great Belgian band. They were on the Metal Clogs record. Have some great tunes. I think they had a record out, but I don't own that. But they great band. And they might even be on the box set. Crossfire. I think they're on that. I think they're on that Dutch Steel box set. I'm pretty sure. I haven't really listened to all that yet, but this is Mausoleum. This is pretty good to have two more tracks by Killer because there's only 3 records. I think they put out a record in 91, but I don't count that because the way I judge my heavy metal is since I was a kid. The first heavy metal record is Black Sabbath's first record, and the first song on that record is a title track, Black Sabbath, as everyone knows. And the way that song starts, if you remember, I'm sure everyone does, it starts with a rainstorm. And that's all heavy metal starts after that rainstorm. And I remember being a kid in high school and the record Rain and Blood came out. I was a big thrash, big metal guy, followed thrash, and that record came out, and that record was a perfect record. And I remember listening to that record and saying to myself, man, this is perfect. It's done. Everything is done. Nothing's going to get better than this. And I remember the last song ended, and it ended was Rain and Blood, the title track, or whatever, Raining Blood. But it ended with the rainstorm. And I remember that being basically the last heavy metal record I bought in the 80s. And I kind of stopped following thrash metal. Some of my friends continued on, oh, the new Death Angel's great. But after I heard Rain and Blood, I'm like, nothing's going to top this. The other stuff starts being meaningless. It can only go faster, heavier, darker, or sicker, and it would just be ridiculous. So I remember that point listening to that record and saying, it's over, man. Metal, that's as far as it's going to go. And I'm not really right on that. Other things happened, different genres and different offshoots, but nothing captured that magic between those 2 rainstorms. I didn't realize at the time, but as I look back, it was the first rainstorm. Maybe it was just one big rainstorm, and all the heavy metal happened inside. And that's kind of how I collect my heavy metal records, is between the rain. After the rain stopped, a couple of good albums came out, like there's self-titled Trouble in 1990s, great, and periodically there's some good power metal, but I never really got into the real black metal stuff. And now I'm kind of back in with some of the newer bands, the new wave of traditional heavy metal, because that reminds me of the old stuff. But anyway, so just to go off on a tangent there, but those are 3 records. They have one in 91, never heard it. I mean, I guess if I see it, I'll buy it, but I have no interest in hunting that down. But Killer. But what I really want to show about Killer is the first album, before Double Bear joined the band on drums, they had this cat named Fat Leo. And I have my collection, all the guys, all my records and all my guys, I think of guys like I own, like they're like trading cards, or if friends come over, oh, check out this guy I got. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, this guy's better. And it reminds me of my playing War. My daughter likes to play the card game War. She'll throw down a 10. If I have a king, king beats 10. And I kind of think of heavy metal guys is that way. And like someone will throw down a Stephen Pearcy and say, I got Steve Harris. That beats that. Oh, well, I got King Diamond. That beats King Diamond with like the early makeup. That'll beat Steve Harris. Some say, oh, I got Wurzel. That'll beat King Diamond. And it can keep going. Oh, I got Ace Frehley. Oh, yeah, well, I got Vinnie Vincent with makeup. That doesn't beat Ace Frehley. Well, what if it's like all the girl makeup and girl clothes? Oh, that would beat Ace Frehley. And it can keep going on. Like maybe like Tim Baker from Sirith Ungol. And then it'll go up. And obviously like Udo Dirkscheit is going to be like the top card. You know, he's going to beat everybody. But every now and then, like, and every day it's different who wins and stuff. But like I always think like the best guy is from this Messiah Prophet album. If you can see the drummer, this guy, let's see if I can get him in there. This guy, David Thunder, this bald guy with the bow tie, the heavy metal bow tie. And I always think of him as like one of the top cards. I mean, who's going to beat that guy? He's completely bald and like a shiny head, but he's got the hair on the side. He's got 2 dangling earrings. He's got a glove with some sort of bracelets off it, and he's not fat, but he has the appearance of being like just not fitting in. And if you look at the band, they're pretty like dressed up. You know, they got the whole thing going on. They look good, except for the drummer. And I always think he's like always throws that like Bunny Carlos like excuse, like, well, work for Bunny Carlos. I could do what I want, you know. That guy, I guess this was a Christian band, so maybe they're just really nice to the guy, and you know, he was a really good drummer. But anyway, that's the top guy, or at least on most days. That guy's gonna beat out anyone. But killer, this is the guy before Double Bear is Fat Leo, and he is my favorite heavy metal guy of my whole collection, and he would even trump David Thunder. And this is Fat Leo. I don't know, but this guy is maybe my favorite guy. He's got a cigarette and stubby fingers, but he's got a heavy metal hat. Look at that hat. He's got a heavy metal hat. He's like a biker dude drummer, but he's only on the first album. That's the only picture I've ever seen of him. And maybe I should search the internet, but I like just having that one picture. Fat Leo, and I can't tell you how much I love Fat Leo. I could look at this guy for hours and say that is the coolest guy in my collection, and he would beat out everybody. And if we were playing this game, like, I would bring Fat Leo, and people would be so mad at me, and like, Bipbopboom, go home with your Fat Leo. You keep winning this game. Like, I had Dave Manicotti when Brian Vollmer from Helix when he was missing the tooth. I thought I was gonna win, but then Fat Leo comes out, and I say, Fat Leo should be like, there should be a song called Fat Leo, there should be a band named Fat Leo, and there should be a record label called Fat Leo Records. And this guy really, a heavy metal hat, I love it. But that's it. I'm going a little off here, but that's what I'm gonna do. Fat Leo. This is not the best of the 3 records, but to have Fat Leo, to have the best heavy metal, that guy, I can't get enough of that guy. He's maybe the best guy in all of heavy metal. But let me show some new releases, some stuff I got at the store. This is not cool, but I didn't have it, and David Lee Roth's one of my favorite characters of rock and roll. So that's that. I'm not even going to show the label because it's not important. But I got Raw Deal on Neat Records. Neat. It's a high enough. Neat 12, so that's not that high. That's pretty good. A little hard rockish, tankish. You know, a little boogie in there, but a little more complex than just boogie rock. But Neat Records, I'm always happy to get. I got another Vardis. I showed Vardis in my first 2 videos. This is Gary Glitter Part 2 and To Be With You, which is a great like acoustic number that builds up with strings. Really good. They're both on the records, but it's a great record, and I love the font of this lettering, and they're really one of the big three of my British bands. And one day I'll cover the other two of the big three. This is on Logo. But glad to have another artist in my collection. Finally, I'm late to the game. I'm sure a million people showed this, but the latest, I mean, it's a couple years old now, but Angel Witch record. Everyone showed it, but I heard it before, but I finally listened to the record. There's that. And it's on white vinyl, which I don't know why Angel Witch would be on white vinyl, but it's on white vinyl. But happy to have that finally. And when I ordered that, I also got this Nature, and I think someone showed this. I don't want to drop the wrong name, but this was cool because it had the pop-up, and it's a good record, but that's what made me want to get this. And this was on Earache Records. It's got the nice obligatory collage, and that's Nature. So I ordered those two. Let's see, what I picked up in the store just Sunday was not all these, but I got the Rhett Forrester. It's got a little radio station on there, but I'm pretty sure I could get that off. It's not a great record. This is the second singer for Riot, but I'm happy to have because Riot is fantastic. Fire Down Under, maybe the top 5 best heavy metal records of all time, but the production's not very good. It's a little mainstream, straight ahead heavy metal, but tune Voyage to Nowhere is really good. A little Deep Purple-ish. It's got like this heavy Deep Purple, like I almost want to say like a John Lee Hooker, Green Onions kind of groove, but it's great. And he covers Live With Me, the Stones number. But glad to have that. Shattered Records. Nothing. Not familiar with that. Maybe I have something on there. I can't recall offhand. No big deal, but I didn't have this in my collection, so Lita Ford, Dancing on the Edge, I don't know, was this 85, 84? And now I mentioned Brian Vollmer. Here's another Helix. You know, it's commercial heavy metal, but I didn't have it. And that's probably, what, 87? 87. Anthem I picked up, and these were pretty cheap. I just grabbed all the heavy metal I didn't have. This is a Japanese band, and a Japanese band with no lightning bolts on the cover. So this is probably pretty rare for Japan. Somewhere there's lightning on every Japanese record. And another record I didn't have, and this one also has the radio station thing. It's a little cut corner, but I don't care because I didn't have it. It's the Nasty Savage, the EP, and this is really good. This is a little more thrashy, but Metal Blade 87, 88 Metal Blade. Well, it says 88 and 87, so I assume it's 88. But this is a good record. It's a little past the rainstorm for me, but I still like this. This is a good record. And I got Amulet. I ordered this one. This is, I'm sure people have shown this, the first. This is good British poverty, new wave of British heavy metal sound. I like the collage again. Gatefold. The song that got me on this, on YouTube, they made a video for the song called, what is it, Bloody Town? Bloody Night. Bloody Night. It's a really good video. It reminds me of Bad News, the movie. If you don't, it just has that funny British heavy metal. It's got a poster, and I think people showing this, so I'll just, and it's probably on colored vinyl. But, oh yeah, cool. Oh yeah, it's blue. Which I always prefer black myself. I don't like all these new records and all these different colors, especially with the white ones. You can't see fingerprints or dirt. Black always sounds better. There's some other. There might be some other things. Oh yeah, just ads and stuff, whatever. But Amulet, the first, and this came out in 2014. So, and I'll show you. I got I didn't have this record. This is a classic, but Virgin Steel, and this is pretty cool. This is on what, the Mongol Horde record, Mongol Horde. So it's like the second pressing or the second release, because I think it was the first one was on an independent label. It's got the lyric sheet, but I'll tell you, this might be an original sleeve it's in, because the way it's printed, it doesn't say Mongol Horde anywhere or any label on it. So I want to say this is like the indie sleeve. Maybe they had extras and they did it. But if you look here, it's got the pasted on cover where they folded over the front and then pasted on the back, kind of like how they did in the 50s, 60s, and then through some of the 70s. So it's pretty indie looking, and nowhere does it say the label Mongol Horde. So this is like an original sleeve, but maybe that's how they all came. I'm not really sure. But I mean, it looks like a Dave Clark 5 record or the Animals. That you just don't see this on heavy metal records. At least I don't. So I'm very happy to have that. It's a really nice cover. It makes it seem older and rarer. It's hard to explain, but you know how like that the old album covers are, and then just printed right on glossy cover. But that's that, and then I showed Night Demon last time. That's the one, the reissue of the EP. But I'm sure other people showed this, but I can't stress how good this band is, Night Demon. American California band. This is Curse of the Damned, and this came out this year, 2015. And this is really good band. Every song sounds good. Gatefold. And Orange. That's real heavy metal. But I don't like all these colors, but that's a great thing. And I just want to show one thing for Greeno. You could turn it off if you're the heavy metal guys could turn this off. This is just my original X-ray specs, and this is on EMI, but it's like a British. I mean, it's obviously British import EMI, but it's the way the label is. It just looks very old, 79 British, and then it's got this other label here. And it doesn't have the extra tracks that Greeno's that boot reissue has, which is actually Bondage Up Yours, probably the best one, and it's on 45. I wonder if I have that. I'd have to check if I have that, because I know I have it on CD. I have that song, but it's got a good lyric sheet. It's a nice heavy card in a sleeve, and there's the original. And this is 78, so that's pretty good year for punk rock. And that is the original. All songs but Polystyrene. No Jack, 78, yeah. So that is the original, and I think that's all I'm going to discuss today. But I want to thank everyone who watches, and I really enjoy everyone's videos. You know, they're a lot of fun, and whatever, I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.